we're back again. We're going to do some little bit of creative work with chocolate to have some fun for Easter here. So, especially with children. One of the things you can do, some washed leaves and use the back of them with a vein. I've melted the dark chocolate in the microwave, ordinary bar of chocolate. You need to melt it for 1 minute, stir it, melt it for another minute, and then take it after that with a few seconds, because it's very easily burnt. So if you dip the leaf into the chocolate and just let the excess run off, and we'll leave it, and a few different shapes. Always use the vein side, because what you can do then is peel these when they're really well set. You could put them onto a plate and put them into the fridge, and when they're really well set, the chocolate can be very carefully peeled off, and you have a lovely chocolate leaf. Now, something else that I'm going to do is another trick with chocolate to make lovely chocolate shards is to put some chocolate inside a plastic bag. You could put the whole bar of chocolate inside the plastic bag and just flatten it out so to get lovely shards. I'm just going to do a tiny wee bit to give you an idea, because I'm trying to make this chocolate go a long way. So press the chocolate down, and then usually with a rolling pin, which I forgot to bring up to this corner of the kitchen, just press it out with a rolling pin or your hand. And then that can also go into the fridge or freezer, and when that's set up, then you can peel the plastic off it and break it up into beautiful shards for round the side of a cake or some sort of decoration. So we'll set those off. I'll set the leaves off, and those into the offside, they can go into the fridge. So that's some chocolate shards, some chocolate leaves, and then oh yes, here's another thing here we would have in our house here. Get some ordinary nuts and just pour them into some melted chocolate and toss them, and then spread them out, and then it gives nuts a lovely light chocolate coating. And dark chocolate is supposed to be good for you, full of antioxidants. So one other thing then that I'm going to show you here is a little bit of chocolate. I'm going to just spread it out. I'm going to feather some chocolate. I'm going to spread it out here on a piece of baking paper, greaseproof or baking paper. And then what you could do to it, and children would love this, have some jelly chopped up here, and put that onto it, and allow this, then they'll be able to break this up into lovely shards. We've got some coconut. We have some granola, so it could be whatever takes your fancy. And I'm only doing one top bit here, and maybe even a wee bit of some flaked almonds. So making sure that then that's all set onto that. So you could break that all up and make that into lovely pieces to present for a little bit of a treat. I have some white chocolate in here as well, and we were piping on earlier on the crosses onto those are the blueberry and lemon scones, because it's for Easter, to remind us of the cross of Christ. And these are the raspberry and white chocolate scones that still have to be piped with the chocolate. Can't just pipe them at the minute because they're just hot out of the oven. So then I've got a plastic bag, because we're not going to be bothered to make little piping bags. You could look that up on the internet, but this plastic bag is great for the job. And we put the chocolate in it. I just want to show you some sort of things that you could do. Again, as I showed you in the scone, I need my glasses. Those are my most important piece of cooking equipment, is my glasses. And then this would be good fun with your children, wouldn't it, Andra?
It'd be great fun.
So we're going to twist the bag round really well so that the white chocolate can't escape. And then we're going to just pipe some lines. This would be nice if you were doing this in a tray bake. Or you could also get the children piping stars, piping their name, and then drawing the knife through to make a feathered pattern. backwards and forwards. So just trying to do something, and then maybe something. We used to also do some patterns where we did a swan, and round and down and down and down. And if you've enough points of contact there and you let that harden up, you will actually be able to very carefully, rolling the paper when it's set, be able to peel that off and have yourself a chocolate swan. Or you can write with chocolate on your happy Easter cake. So, or you can write your name, and so happy birthday, happy Easter. And last but not least then, chocolate. If you put some water in the chocolate, I don't have much left here of the dark chocolate. If you put some water into that, you can actually make a lovely chocolate sauce. And if you want to add some other, I'm just going to put a drop of, just a drop of water here out of the kettle, and this will only make a tiny wee bit, but this is a lovely sauce because there's no additions, there's nothing. First of all, it makes it go very gluggy and claggy, and then if you continue, you could put in a little bit of Baileys or something like that there if you wanted to flavour it up. And so it goes through a very thick stage, and this is a great sauce for over chocolate or profiteroles. And again, it's just adding in that little bit of water until you get a lovely, lovely, lovely glossy sauce for your ice cream or your chocolate or your profiteroles. So I hope you have fun with chocolate at Easter time. Thank you very much.